What's up, y'all? Episode 42, Inside the Ties. What happened big this week? You see, I went to 4 minutes because I never make it to the 3 minutes that I want to make it to. But I'm doing 4 minutes because we got four tabs that I have posted open. The big things that took place this week, there was a lot that took place. I'm choosing the three topics that are on the website, and as usual, I'll have the links down here in the description for you to go and read. So I'm sitting here and I got a lot of things sitting in my lap, and there's a reason. Top four things for me. Peak launched their 3D shoe. Next, TaylorMade. Adidas finally sold TaylorMade. 3, StockX. Watches and handbags. Big baller brand, which is why I actually have my ARC shoe here, so you guys can know that I know what I'm talking about. I have to make sure of that. So here we go. 3 minutes, 11 seconds. Why is this peak thing important? So I wrote this article, and I did the article originally for 3dshoes.com. And then I came back and said, you know what, I need to add this to my website because it's actually pretty important. Adidas, obviously, everyone knows that Futurecraft is in effect, and that the 4D Adidas shoe will launch in bigger quantities than any other 3D shoe has this year. But here is China jumping into the fray and getting their 3D shoe done at $188. That's a big deal, primarily because most of the issue with creating a shoe, and this is going to go into the big baller thing as well, is that the outsole is what costs money. It's not the upper that costs money. So if China is 3D producing shoes, which obviously they're going to be able to, then isn't it reasonable to think that China can mass produce outsoles and just ship them over to the US, not by sea, but by air freight, because the expense is going to be much cheaper than a rubber and Phylon midsole. It's just something to think about, really something to think about. So go read the article that's down there in the description. Next up, topic 2. Adidas finally sold TaylorMade. Now, I made a statement a while back where I said that Adidas now shares Nike's most famous golfer, Tiger Woods. Well, that was because TaylorMade signed Tiger Woods, which Tiger Woods isn't even playing that much now because he's injured again. But it was just an interesting thing to kind of think that maybe Tiger moving to TaylorMade would make Nike want to acquire TaylorMade, but I should have known that Nike would never buy anything to help Adidas out. But Adidas finally sold it, and they sold it to a company that's a venture capital firm, basically. Well, a brokerage house, different than a venture capital firm, called KPS. Now, what's going to happen with this? I have no idea. Is it going to be a fire sale later? Are they going to just kind of break it down and just get rid of it altogether? Who knows? Golf is a dying sport, though, so it's something to keep an eye on. But the article, once again, in the description. Now, this one is the one I think a lot of people are interested in. StockX. Now, I've done a couple of videos on StockX. I could do more. But StockX just added watches and handbags. I'm not so sure about this. Now, I get it, because watches and handbags have the same kind of resale value as a shoe. So you would think that that's going to work. Now, the biggest issue that I think here is StockX does not have an option for you to buy things that are cheap. It is only for the high-end market. Now you're playing a real funny game when you're getting involved in things that you can sell on Amazon and you can sell on eBay. You're playing a match that you might not be able to win. But maybe the end game is not to win, but to get acquired. 19 seconds. And I'm coming to the last topic, which I probably should have made one video for because it's only 10 seconds. But I did an article that explains the 5 problems that Big Baller Brand isn't probably expecting with the ZO2 or the ZO2. And you need to go and read this article. You got to read it. It's very important. When I made this shoe, it was a project with 361, right? So you see this, what I call 3 displacement technology. It's basically air pockets that you can look through the shoe instead of having encapsulated air. But we're talking about a shoe that I never produced because I couldn't make enough of the shoes. I couldn't afford to make enough of the shoes. It was going to be an expensive thing. So I paid a lot of money to get samples made for something that never came out. All right. Now here you have a guy that's creating a shoe, and there are 5 problems that I really think that no one's paying attention to and nobody's even talking about that you really should look into, man. So I get into it in deep detail. You see pictures of shoes that I had that were damaged. You see, the label issues that I had, and there's just a lot of stuff that goes into it. This ran longer than 4 minutes. I know it did. I almost apologize, but it's episode 42. James Worthy. Yeah. Anyway, see you guys next week. That's it. Peace.